Shalom, Akim Shalom. I got something quick to add. First, foremost, call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do rule well. I'm not a member, I'm not in a camp. However, I preach the same doctrine, my doctrine, and have entered into their labors. So this is just a cautionary, not a tale, a cautionary, just be on your toes. Let's put it like that. All right. So I have two articles I'm not really going to go into. I'll link them, Lord willing, along with some more the usual playlist that I always link, so you can be further edified by the time draws near that we will no longer be able to do these things. And that's a part of why I did this. So here's one. It's just a twofold, quick little be on your toes kind of thing. Bolo, be on the lookout. Canada declares the Proud Boys a terrorist group as BLM is nominated for the Peace Prize. Now, watched racial tensions explode. And they knew that when they did it, man. So, and this is all tying in to... Actually, hold on. I'll read it. This all, but I just want to say this will all tie in to persecuting Jacob's trouble. How do you ask? They use who America, even other Edomites will agree that, these white militia, these so-called white militia, have actually acted on things, but, so-called blacks, we haven't really done anything. Most of them were false flags, and the things that we were done, they've infiltrated and put them on drugs and did all the things you can go into the history on that. But now, you everyday Negroes walking around with your BLM face mask, with your mask on, tying to this foolishness. How do you think that the Lord feels, man? There's 3 lesbians at the top of that. Okay, so you've joined yourself unto an abomination. You're in, because first of all, you're not black. I don't know how many times folks have to go into this. Now, do I understand the sentiment? Yes, but what we as a people, what our people don't understand is that we're here for punishment, not to have a joint rulership. Because when the kingdom comes, there ain't no joint rulers. It's us and us alone. Let me read a little bit. I didn't plan on it, but let's see. Canada's dramatically dropped the bar on what is defined as terrorism, adding the Proud Boys to a list that includes Al-Qaeda, ISIS, while BLM is practically canonized. Is this the way to kill political dissent? Considering that the foundation of U.S. politics is now constructed almost entirely from aggregate of half-truths, propaganda, partisan politics, it should come as no surprise that the news headlines are starting to reflect that sad state of affairs. So this place is, just like old Rome, new Rome, which is here, is rotting from the inside out. And there are going to be a lot more things like this that happen, a lot more enchantments, a lot more of unfair judgments that are going to go out. And when I say unfair judgments, I mean them categorizing you as the problem. So, like, they're going to play on the fact that, the average American is extremely stupid, and they're going to think that, they're going to link us to Black Lives Matter, which we're not. And pretty soon, they're going to start linking black Hebrew Israelites to that terrorist group. And you're going to be accused. So just for your belief in this Bible, just for you believing in your heritage, nobody has ever gone out and done anything physically. It's simple preaching of what is going to happen, and they don't want to hear that. So for your beliefs, be prepared to be called a terrorist. Be prepared to have that be on the headlines, and I mean, not necessarily your face, but what they're going to paint as you, and your family knows. Because when you first wake up, you want to tell everybody. I did. So I'm already mulling over in my mind, like how this is going to play out and just being prepared. Of course, having faith. So I wanted to do it on my laptop, but it's giving me some issues. So in regards to those enchantments that they're going to be throwing out, you know where I'm going, Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, and that's in parentheses, because it's not possible for the elect to be received. We've been given the eye salve, we need to use the eye salve. They shall deceive the very elect. So if it were possible, they deceive the very elect. What do you think? You think the 2/3 have a chance? And judgment is going out so fast. Things are ramping up. Like, I know in my circle of acquaintances about 12 people that have died already, and in my close family, there's 2 that are on their way out the door as we speak, on their way back to the spirit world. So we need to take advantage of being able to do things like this. It's time to start moving in the spirit, and don't get in your feelings. Don't get emotional about what's going to start happening to our people, because these everyday Edomites are going to start going after everyday 2/3 Jakes. But that is the Lord's plan. He's going to use them to pass judgment on our people. And things are going to get ugly, and your flesh is going to get shaken. If you've never seen death, it's something that sticks with you, especially if it's your first time seeing it. So you can do all the lessons you want, you can read as much as you want, but if you're not rooted, and if you haven't been fasting and praying and thinking about how ugly these things are going to get, because it's one, like I said before, it's one thing to read, but it's another thing to see it. What's that scripture where 1,000 shall fall by, I got my laptop up, so I'm going to pull it up on there, and then I'll put it up on here. I wanted to use my laptop, but it didn't work so I'm relegated to this phone. And it's kind of hard to go in on the phone when you're trying to use Blue Letter. I got fat fingers. But anyway, okay, Psalms 91 and 7. So let's go back to that. Man, okay. Let's go to 4. Let's start at 4. The point is at 7. He shall cover 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in the darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Write that down. Let that sink in. We need that. These are things that we need to tap into while we still have a symbolism of freedom, of what the average American would call freedom. All right, so it's imperative that we use these things, utilize these tools that we have. If there's something you're confused on, if you want to do a certain thing, pull it up in the scripture, and if hit the little search bar, or that you can use this thing. This is my favorite, openbible.info, and I can actually kind of move on into the next part of what I want to say, utilizing discernment. So 1 John 1 John 4:1, beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit to see whether they are from Yahweh. For many false prophets has gone out into the world. And we can link that. That's a precept through the spirit to Matthew 24:24, right? So I don't know what you want to do. Just type in anything. What does the Bible say about, I don't know, do it on your own. Type it in, pray on it, look up some of these scriptures. And if you can't find something, then go to YouTube. Here, I'll show you right now. Oh man, I thought I got a strike again. All right, so go to YouTube. Say you don't understand something. Genesis breakdown. Boom. Boom. Get your notepad out. Listen, write it down, learn it. Build up that inner man for the time to come. I've said it before on the last 2 or 3 videos, man. I'm going to keep saying it. Like, we need this now. Build that inner man, because what's coming, if you ain't rooted, you're going to fold. All right? Utilize these tools. Everything is at your fingertips for now. You know what? It reminds me. Let's get one more. We're going to get another precept. James. Boom. James 1:5. We'll start at the top, because this is important. I want to get something. James, servant of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. That's New Testament right there. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. And what we're doing when we do these videos, these are just like modern day letters that they wrote to our 12, our brethren, are scattered abroad. Except that they don't, same thing. They didn't know who they were. Now they know who now they know who they are. Continuing on. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. Know this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and enter wanting nothing. I don't know. I might have to look that up, but I'm gonna have to look that up, because that old English can get a little funny. And if any, the point is at verse 5 though. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and you will say it lists like that. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Baba Kishar, give me wisdom. And of course, when he does, through faith, assuming that you're of the hopeful elect, then you need to exercise that muscle. Look things up. Your brain is a muscle just like every other muscle fiber that is on your body, from your quads all the way to your traps. I'll read verse 5 again. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I can't stop. It's just we got to get a couple. I need to read all of this. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. Oh, yeah, so we can stop it right there. Take all that in. So from 1 all the way to 8, especially 8, a double-minded man. And as I've stated before previously, you're going to see some things that if you're not of the elect will make you double-minded. It's coming. Okay? So with that being said, I hope you were edified. No, I'll end it there. Yeah, hope you were edified. Kwam Yasharala, Bible Ball.